And the topic for today is how Krishna proved Sri Radhe's chastity.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Jnananjana
Jnananjanashalakaya
Shalakaya
Chakshuru
Chakshuru
Militam
Militam
Yena
Yena
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Nama
Nama
Om
Om
Vishnu
Vishnu
Padaya
Padaya
Krishna
Krishna
Prishtaya
Prishtaya
Bhutale
Bhutale
Srimate
Srimate
Bhakti
Bhakti
Vedanta
Vedanta
Swami
Swami
Niti
Niti
Namine
Namine
Namaste
Namaste
Saraswate
Saraswate
Deve
Deve
Gauravani
Gauravani
Pracharine
Pracharine
Nirvishesha
Nirvishesha
Shunyavadi
Shunyavadi
Paschatya
Paschatya
Deshatarine
Deshatarine
Jaya
Jaya
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Shri
Shri
Vasadi
Vasadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna. We welcome all of the wonderful devotees who have joined us over YouTube Live, devotees who've joined us over Facebook Live, and dear devotees who've joined us over Zoom. We welcome all of you to this day 7 of Sri Utsavamrita. So here we listen to Nectarian Katha and meditations on upcoming festivals, appearance days and disappearance days of our acharyas and great personalities. So before we continue, we'd like to announce and congratulate the participants of the quiz session from yesterday. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Amrita Radhika, Anjudi, Shrimantadweep Prabhu, and Vaijayanti Lalita Mataji, Meetanjali Pradhan Mataji, Meera Bhushan Mataji, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Varshana Chitra Mataji, Hari Krishna Madali Prabhu, and Ananga Mohini Gopika.
So, in today's session, we will be discussing how to prepare our mood to welcome Srimati Radharani and celebrate her appearance day, the glories of Srimati Radharani, nectarian, sweet, and special pastimes of Sri Radhe. And the topic for today, as we discussed, is how Krishna proved Sri Radhe's chastity.
Hari Hari.
Now, Krishna, who is Rasa Bihari, he's the king of all sweet mellows. Krishna is Madan Mohana, one who can attract even Cupid. So, how does Krishna eternally long to taste the sweetness of Sri Radha's love? Srila Prabhupada explains it in a very simple way. He says that Krishna is Madan Mohan, which means his beauty, his grace can conquer even a Cupid. But Sri Radhe is Madan Mohan Mohini,
Hari Hari.
which means she conquers the conqueror of Cupid by her love. And so love conquers the beloved. Sri Radha, therefore, is known as Sri Vrindavaneshwari. She's the eternal queen. When Sri Radhe becomes angry with Krishna, and she does so only for his pleasure, then Krishna will perform so many wonderful pastimes just to show his subordination to Sri Radha's love.
Sometimes, and what would Krishna do to pacify Srimati Radharani? He would sometimes dance like a peacock just to make her laugh, and then Srimati Radharani would also join Sri Krishna and dance like peacocks. Sometimes Sri Krishna just places his head at her lotus feet and washes her lotus feet with the tears of his love. And just in this way, he tries to pacify her, to break her anger. Sometimes Krishna, he just blocks the path of Sri Radha and all the gopis to, in the form of exacting some taxes from them. And this is called the Dan Ghati pastime or the Danakeli pastime, where Krishna, he takes tax from the gopis and Srimati Radharani in the form of the clay pots which are filled with yogurt and butter, and they're carrying on their heads, and then Krishna breaks the butter pots. But actually, Krishna is performing all of these pastimes. Why? Just because he is begging. He is begging for the love of Srimati Radharani, and he is begging through all these pastimes. He is just trying to get the attention of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna is Abhigya. He is Swarat. He is the knower of everything. Krishna is completely independent. But here, through these pastimes, Krishna becomes subordinate to his devotees, to his greatest of all devotees, like Srimati Radharani. And Krishna, he teaches by his own example how to approach Srimati Radharani, that he becomes dependent on the love of Srimati Radharani.
And what is the mood for approaching Srimati Radharani? In preparing to welcome her on her divine appearance day, what is the mood to approach her as a beggar? When we come before Srimati Radharani, we are beggars. We are begging for that love that she is constantly bathing in. To please bless us with a drop of that love. You are bathing in that love of Krishna. Please, that drop of love, allow us to experience that she has for Krishna. And Sri Krishna also himself exemplifies with his own actions. He teaches us how to approach Sri Radhe as a beggar.
As we see in this beautiful picture, how Krishna is folding his hands in reverence to Srimati Radharani. So he's teaching by his own example how to approach Srimati Radharani.
And so we are begging. What are we begging for? We are begging for that grace. When she is pleased with us through our service to Guru, service to Vaishnavas, through our sincerity, then she could remove all the obstacles of lust, envy, anger, pride, greed, illusion, and then open our hearts and reveal that deep mystery of Prema Bhakti. Yesterday in Shikshashtakam verse, we discussed about Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti, which is beyond Sadhana Bhakti, which is the goal of Sadhana Bhakti. And here, Srimati Radharani is naturally Prema Bhakti. So Sri Radhashtami is the day when we celebrate the ultimate bestower of spiritual love. And Srila Prabhupada explains, if we are sincere, if we are serious, if we have no ulterior motives other than to please Krishna, to please Radhe, then Srimati Radharani easily gives that love.
So today we thought that in meditation for the upcoming festival of the most blessed event of the year in the life of us as practicing devotees, that we glorify Srimati Radharani, who is the personification of devotion, that we can meditate on some of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. So Sri Radhe, she actually has unlimited qualities. It's not that she just has a limited number of 25 qualities, but these 25 qualities are the chief or the principal qualities, the transcendental qualities, which are described in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So today now we'll discuss these special qualities of Srimati Radharani.
So the first quality is that she is sweetness personified. She is always freshly youthful. Her eyes are restless. She's always brightly smiling. And she possesses all auspicious marks on her body.
The next 5 qualities are that she can agitate Krishna by the flavor of her personality. She is expert in the art of cooking for Krishna. Her speech is enchanting. She is very expert in joking and speaking very pleasantly, very charmingly. She is very humble and very meek.
As we meditate on some of these qualities can transfer into us as the servant of Srimati Radharani. If we beg in that mood, then Srimati Radharani will bestow her qualities on us, a drop of those qualities. That's what we are begging for, just a drop of these magnanimous qualities. The next set of qualities Srimati Radharani has is she is always full of mercy. She is transcendentally cunning. She is expert in executing her duties. She is very shy and she's always respectful.
The next set of qualities are that she is always very calm, very composed. She is very grave at the same time. And she is enjoyed by Krishna to the fullest. 19th quality is that she's situated on the highest devotional platform. And the 20th quality is that she is the abode of love of the residents of Gokul.
The next final five qualities is she can give shelter to all kinds of devotees. She is the most famous of submissive devotees. She is very submissive to the love of her friends. She is the greatest amongst Krishna's girlfriends, and she always keeps Krishna under her control. This is the 25th quality, that she keeps Krishna always under her control. So we'll try to share a few of Sri Radhe's transcendental pastimes based on her divine qualities that we just read. One of the qualities that Srimati Radharani has is her eyes are restless. In the 15th verse of Gopi Gita, the gopis are saying, Achatiyad bhava anikaranam Ruti yogayate Twamapashyata Kutilakuntalam Srimukham Chate Jadaudikshata Pakshmakridrisha.
So here, Srimati Radharani and the gopis in this Gopi Gita verse, they're saying that they are actually cursing Lord Brahma. That why, oh Lord Brahma, did you create these eyelids that which are actually a hindrance for us to see Krishna? So Srimati Radharani is referred here that she looks at Krishna with unblinking eyes.
But Lord Shiva, in his stuti of Srimati Radharani and Sri Radha Kripakataksha Stavaraj, in verse 4, he explains, O Sri Radhe, O goddess whose eyes are wonderful, restless young chakora birds, when will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me?
Taritsuvarna Champaka Pradipta Gora Grahe Mukha Prabha Parasta Godi Sharadendu Vandale Vichitra Chitra Sanchara Chakora Shavalochane Kadakarishya Srihama Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. So in this verse, from the fourth verse of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraja, Lord Shiva, Mahadev Shiva Shambhu, he is glorifying Srimati Radharani's eyes. Like we see here that she is, Chakora Shava Lochane, that her eyes are always restless, looking for Krishna. They're very, very restless, always going here, going there, like little birds, like little Chakora birds.
So we should understand that this is not a contradiction, that Sri Radha's eyes do become restless like restless Chakora birds when she is looking for Krishna. But once she fixes her lotus eyes upon the Satchidananda Vigraha of Sri Krishna, her eyes become fixated. In fact, it is explained that whichever limb of Krishna's body Sri Radha happens to glance upon, she just cannot move her eyes from that position. She gets fully captivated by the beauty of just that part of Krishna's body. However, we understand that in order to fulfill the desires of Srimati Radharani, where in Gopi Gita they are hoping that there would be no eyelids, so that they could continue to glance at Krishna with unblinking eyes. And then Krishna fulfilled this desire by appearing as Lord Jagannath, the Lord who does not blink.
Jai 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 Jagannath Swami Ki Jai. So moving on to the next quality of Srimati Radharani is that she is very expert in the art of cooking for Sri Krishna. Actually, it is said that Srimati Radharani was given a very special blessing by Durvasa Muni in order to facilitate the meeting of the divine couple Shri Radha Krishna. Durvasa Muni arranged to give this special blessing to Srimati Radharani. And he blessed her by saying that whoever eats whatever Srimati Radharani cooks, no disease will ever touch that person. And they will always remain blissful and they will be in the prime of their youth. When Mother Jashoda, she actually, we all know how Mother Jashoda, she always wanted the best for her darling Kanha. So on special request to Srimati Radharani's in-laws, to Jatila, to Kutila, Srimati Radharani would be sent every day to cook for Krishna. Mother Jashoda had arranged this by getting special permission from Jatila, the mother-in-law of Srimati Radharani, that she should come every day to Nandagaon and she should cook for Krishna. And Srimati Radharani, she is so expert that she never cooked the same item twice for Krishna. And this is happening eternally. She is never cooked. She has never repeated an item for Krishna. This is how much she loves Krishna. And Sri Govinda Leelamrita, it actually describes some of the delicacies that she makes for Krishna.
Sri Radhe, she makes delicacies like kachoris, samosas, various chaats, salty savories, sweet delicacies, and a few refreshing drinks, which are beautifully flavored with camphor, saffron, kevara, rose. This is all described in Sri Govinda Leelamrita.
Hari Hari.
The next quality that we like to focus on is she's very expert in joking and speaking pleasantly.
So there's a beautiful pastime in this connection that one time Shri Radha and Krishna, they were strolling on the banks of the Radha Kund. And there was a nice breeze that was blowing, and Srimati Radharani was just captivated by her love for Krishna. And Krishna was just, enjoying the beautiful company of Srimati Radharani. And both of them were just so engrossed in each other. And Krishna, in this way, he actually told Srimati Radharani that, oh, Swamini Ji means, oh, my dear goddess, who is my master? You are my master. Krishna is telling Radharani that you are my master. So he addressed Radharani by saying, "Oh Swaminiji, I am your servant, Swaminiji. Whatever you tell me, I will do that, Swaminiji." And Sri Radhe said, "Oh, really? Krishna, you will do whatever I say?" And Krishna said, "Yes, yes, Radhe, whatever you tell me, I will do." So on the banks of Radha Kund, there was this blind old man who was singing the glories of Krishna. So then Sri Radhe said that, "Okay, Kanha, what I want you to do is go to that blind devotee and give him your mercy, but you cannot reveal to him who you are. Without revealing who you are, you have to give him your mercy." This was the condition of Srimati Radharani, and Sri Krishna, immediately being the obedient servitor of Sri Radha, he came and approached this blind devotee and he said, "Oh Baba, I'm here to listen to you. Can you please sing something for me?" So this blind devotee, he started singing beautiful bhajans for the pleasure of Krishna. And when he was singing, and then after he sang for some time, Krishna said, "Well, the Baba said, tell me, Kanha, tell me, little boy, what else can I can do for you? What else can I do for you?" So then this boy said, "Well, I am just a servitor of my Swaminiji, and my Swaminiji has told me that I should come and, give you something. So that is why I have come and speak to you." And listening to these sweet words from Krishna, this old blind man, he just said one thing. He said that, "Oh, is that right? You know what? If you bring your Swamini here, bring her in front of me, and when I touch her lotus feet, then you would have served me. You would have given me something. I want to touch the lotus feet of your Swamini." So, hearing all this, Krishna came back to Srimati Radharani and he took this old man to Srimati Radharani. And then, as soon as this old man, Sri Radhe, she was just standing there. And as soon as, Srimati Radharani's lotus feet was touched by this old man regained his sight. And he had this most beautiful darshan of Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna. So then Srimati Radharani asked that, "How did you know that I am also here? I did not even say anything. I was standing far away. How did you know that I'm here?" She asked that blind devotee. And that blind devotee, he commented that although this Lala had come, this little boy had come and he was talking to me, when he was talking to me, I heard the sound of your transcendental laughter. You were going like this, you were smiling. And when I heard that smile, when I heard that laughter, I could understand that this transcendental sound only can belong to one transcendental personality, and that is you, Sri Radhe, the blind man said. So as soon as he said like this, the blind man, Sri Radha and Krishna, they actually restored his vision and he could actually have the smiling faces, darshan of the beautiful transcendental couple, Sri Radha Govinda Devaji. So in this way, Srimati Radharani, she utilized Krishna in giving blessings to this devotee, and how she was so expert in joking, expert in speaking so pleasantly, that not only was this blind devotee benefited, but even Sri Krishna was so much in love with Srimati Radharani. So in the Gopi Geet, the gopis and Srimati Radharani, they are saying that Krishna's voice is so sweet, it is so charming, he speaks such beautiful words that it captivates the hearts of the gopis. And to that, Krishna actually says that, "My dear Radhe, I am actually captivated by your words." So here's the text 8 of Sri Gopi Gita. Madhuraya gira Valguvatyaya Budhamanognaya Pushkarikshana Vidhikariva Viramuyati Adharasi Dhuna Pyaya Swara Hari Hari.
So after that wonderful pastime, the next quality that we would like to focus on is that she is enjoyed by Krishna. In fact, in Vidagdha Madhava, it is described that Krishna himself personally decorates the hair of Sri Radhe with noble gemstones. And he entwines in this way and that with decorations of fresh forest flowers and bound and tied up with jewel threads. And when Srimati Radharani is adorned with these jasmine garlands of exotic fragrance and hanging down very best of noble gemstones, Srimati Radharani's hairstyle is arranged by the hand of Sri Hari. And in Vidagdha Madhava, it says, will I ever see that hairstyle which is arranged personally by the hand of Hari, O Radhe? Because Krishna is very, very expert in decorating Sri Radhe's hair. And that is why one of his famous names is Keshava. One is Keshava because he killed Keshi demon, but also Kesh means the hair. He's expert in decorating Srimati Radharani's hair.
So here, if we note that Vidagdha Madhava says that Srimati Radharani's hair is decorated by Krishna, but not with any ordinary gemstones. It is noble gemstones. Noble. Why noble? Because it is Sarva Shrestha. Srimati Radharani, she is supremely chaste. She is the supremely most noble person. You see, Krishna, he is described by the gopis in the second verse of Sri Gopi Gita to be of unnata charitra, means of greatest character, of noble character. The gopis are saying, Sharadudashaye Sadhujatasa Sarasi Jodara Shri Mushadrisha Suratanathate Ashukadasika Varadani Nato Neha Kimbata. So the gopis are saying that Krishna, you are sadhu jata. You are the most pure, most noble. That is your quality, Krishna. And that Krishna, he actually establishes the chastity of Srimati Radharani through this very beautiful pastime that one time Krishna performed along with the help of Lord Balaram. So one time, Krishna, we know how Sri Krishna, he was always, very, very concerned about Srimati Radharani, because Srimati Radharani's in-laws, Jatila Kutila, they would actually spread a lot of rumors in Braj about Srimati Radharani, false rumors. And that would pain Krishna's heart very, very much. So in order to dissipate all of those rumors, Sri Krishna one time enacted a beautiful pastime. So Krishna one time said that, oh Maya, I am so sick. I am very, very sick. And Mother Jashoda and all the senior gopas, the elderly gopis in Mother Jashoda's palace, they all said, what happened, Kana? What happened to you? So then he said, I don't know what happened. So, Lord Balaram, who was standing at the back, they had already made a plan, Krishna and Balaram. Krishna had told Balaram that as soon as I make this, thing of not feeling well, you go and you dress up as an old Vaidya, as an old doctor, and you come. So then Balaram agreed. He came dressed up as an old Vaidya, as an old doctor, and he came and checked Krishna. He checked Krishna's pulse. He checked everything everywhere, and he said, oh, Jashoda Maya, your Lala is very sick. And then Jashoda Maya was more tense. What happened to my Lala? What happened? What can I do? So then Lord Balaram, who was dressed as this old Vaidya, he said, go get me a water pot, a clay water pot, earthen pot, bring it, empty. And then he took a nail and a hammer and he made 1,000 holes in that clay pot. And he said that anyone who can take this, Sahasra Chida, like 1,000-hole water pot, and they can fill water from the Jamuna and bring it back, and they can wash Krishna's head with that water, then Krishna will be cured. And Mother Jashoda said, I will do. And Balramji said, no, 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 Maya, not you, except for you. Anybody else in Vrindavan? Is there someone who can do this? And only the person who is the most chaste in Vrindavan can accomplish this impossible task. So everyone came forward. Everyone, all of the, Jatila, Kutila, all of these ladies, they all came forward. And as soon as they went into the Jamuna, when they were picking up with that pot, when they were picking up the water, all the water was falling down. Nothing was staying. So then Srimati Radharani was finally called. And when Srimati Radharani was called, she took that, 1,000-hole pot. She went into the Jamuna. And then when she came out of the Jamuna with that water pot, not even a single drop fell from that 1,000-hole pot. And she came with that pot and she just poured the water of the Jamuna from that 1,000-hole pot. And she poured it on Krishna. And thus Krishna was immediately refreshed. And just by this one sweet pastime, Krishna proved not only to, Jatila Kutila, but to everyone in the world, whoever can question Srimati Radharani, that she is the most chaste woman in the entire creation. There's no one who is more chaste than Srimati Radharani, that she is meant only for Krishna. That is what Sri Krishna proved, not only to Jatila Kutila, but to all of the entire world. He proved the chastity of Srimati Radharani by this wonderful pastime of Srimati Radharani carrying water in a 1,000-hole water pot. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
The next quality is she can give shelter to all kinds of devotees. One time on her appearance day, Maharaj Vrishabhanu was giving charity on Srimati Radharani's appearance day, and there were devotees, there were actually the Varshanavasis, and everyone was standing in line to get this Mahaprasad. And as Vrishabhanu Maharaj was serving, Srimati Radharani was standing beside him, and everyone had a vessel, and they would bring the vessel in front of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and he would give the uh, prasad and khichdi and so many different items on their vessel. But then in the line, there was one person. He did not have any vessel. And so Vrishabhanu Maharaj, when this person came to Vrishabhanu Maharaj, Maharaj said, your vessel? He said, oh, I don't have any vessel. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj very humbly, very nicely told him, so please go get a vessel and then I will give you the charity. And the devotee, he just left, and Srimati Radharani felt so bad. She became so depressed that this we could not serve this person just because he did not have a patra. Vessel in Sanskrit means patra. And then she said, I wish that everyone gets the charity, even if they don't have the patra, even if they don't have the vessel. And Sri Krishna understood Srimati Radharani's desire. And at that time, Sri Krishna determined within himself that I will come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and deliver Sri Radhe's mercy to everyone. The love that Srimati Radharani has, I will deliver it to everyone, irrespective whether they have patra or not. Patra means vessel, but patra also means qualification. Whether they have the patrata or not, whether they have the vessel, whether they are qualified or not, I will deliver the mercy of Srimati Radharani to everyone. So because of this desire, to fulfill the desire of Srimati Radharani, Sri Krishna appeared as Radha and Krishna combined to deliver this with no qualification. Everyone has access to this mercy. In fact, the mercy is given to us already. We just have to apply it in our lives. One time, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he wrote a story in a book called Swapna Vilas, where he explains the pastime of Swapna or dream. He wrote that in Nidhi 1, near in Vrindavan, there is a very beautiful temple called Rang Mahal, where Sri Radha and Krishna, as we can see in this photograph, they come, even today, they come to take rest. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that one time when Srimati Radharani was resting here, she had a dream. In that dream, she woke up and she told Krishna, I have to tell you the dream that I just saw. She was so excited. She said, you have shown me so many different ways that you appear in this world. But in my dream today, I saw the form that was very special. This form, I saw a beautiful golden form, more beautiful than any of your incarnations. This form was dancing ecstatically on the banks of a river which looked exactly like Yamuna, and a forest which looked exactly like Vrindavan, but it was not Yamuna, it was not Vrindavan. And I saw all around were thousands of people chanting and dancing. This beautiful golden form was a form of a Brahman, chanting with his arms raised. He was flooding the whole universe with love of God. Sometimes this golden bodied Brahmana was crying out, Oh, my Lord Krishna, where are you? And sometimes I heard him crying out, Oh, my beloved Radha, where are you? And when I saw him chanting like this, I felt that Brahmana was you, my dear Lord, you yourself. Can you tell me who is this person that I dreamt about? Hari Hari. Krishna. He lifted his Kaustuva money that he was wearing and he told Srimati Radharani, Sri Radhe, look into this Kaustuba money. And when Sri Radharani looked into it, she saw the exact same pastime that she saw in the dream. And Srimati Radharani said, now I can understand that both of us are going to combine. The two of us are going to incarnate in this age of Kali Yuga to spread our love throughout the world through the congregational chanting of our holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So one other final pastime is
meditating on Srimati Radharani, which is her 24th quality, that she is the greatest among Krishna's gopis. The topmost gopi, the best gopi is Srimati Radharani. So one time Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, they were enjoying near Barshana, at a very beautiful place near Barshana, at a very beautiful forest grove that was arranged by Vrinda Devi, and Krishna's sakhas were there, Srimati Radharani's sakhis were there, all the girlfriends, the boyfriends of Krishna, everyone was there. They were all enjoying a very lively atmosphere, and Srimati Radharani was swinging on the swing along with Krishna. And then suddenly, what happened is that on Srimati Radharani's side, there was, little Madhumangala, the great friend of Krishna. He was spanning, Krishna and Srimati Radharani, and the gopis were coming and serving Sri Radharani and Krishna. Suddenly, there was a bumblebee that came, and mistaking Srimati Radharani's golden face to be like that of a lotus, the bumblebee came very near to the face of Srimati Radharani. And Madhumangala immediately said, "Oh, this bumblebee will bite our Radhe. This bumblebee will bite Srimati Radharani's lotus face." So then, with this chamara, he just, fanned near Srimati Radharani's face, and that bumblebee just flew away. And as soon as the bumblebee flew away, Madhumangala, he started dancing in ecstasy. He said, because he thought that he accomplished a great service, that he prevented that bumblebee from biting Srimati Radharani's lotus face. So he was dancing in ecstasy and he was singing, "Oh, Madhu bhag gaya, Madhu bhag gaya," means I made Madhu go away. A bumblebee or a honeybee in Hindi is called as Madhumakhi. So Madhumangala just said, "Oh, Madhu, I made Madhu run away. I chased Madhu away." And when Srimati Radharani heard that Madhu ran away, she just immediately fainted and she started crying torrential tears. And Krishna and Madhumangala, everybody was shocked. What happened to Srimati Radharani? What could ever happen to her? And then she was just saying, "Oh, Krishna, you went away. Krishna, you went away. Krishna, why did you go? Don't go, don't go, don't go." And then Krishna, seeing that Srimati Radharani is crying, Krishna started crying and saying that, "Radhe, I am right here next to you. Why are you crying? I am right here next to you. Please, please, Radhe, don't cry. See, I am right here." But Srimati Radharani, she just kept crying and crying that, "Oh, my Madhu has gone, my Madhu has gone, my Krishna has gone away." And Krishna is pacifying Srimati Radharani by crying himself and saying that, "No, no, Radhe, I'm right here with you." So this pastime is called as Prema Vaichitti by our acharyas. Prema Vaichitti is that even though the beloved is right next to us, we feel that he is not there. That is the level of Srimati Radharani's love. That although Krishna is personally sitting next to Srimati Radharani, as soon as she heard that Krishna went, she fainted in ecstasy. This is called as Prema Vaichitti. And the loving tears of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna made this beautiful sarovar, which is called today as Prema Sarovar. Jai Shri Prema Sarovar ki Jai. Mahabhav Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai.
So our final meditation on the lotus feet of Sri Radhe is with this prayer, like Srila Lokanath Maharaj has said, that when we chant the last Hare in the Maha Mantra, we must pray to Sri Radhe, Maya Saha Ramasva, which means, "O Sri Radhe, you are enjoying in an ocean of bliss. Surrounded by your girlfriends, you are serving the Lord of your heart, Sri Madhava." So my humble appeal to you is, O Shri Radhe, please kindly pick me up and please allow me an access to your Leelas and allow us to also experience limitless bliss in your service in the association of your loving devotees. We must understand that only the mercy of Sri Guru manifests as Radha Kripa. In fact, it is said, Krishna taraste hain,
तरसाते हैं.
Krishna tarsate hain, पर श्री राधे कृपा बरसाती है क्योंकि वो बरसाने वाली है,
हरी हरी.
इसलिए वो बरसाती हैं अपनी कृपा. She makes Krishna's mercy rain upon devotees. The ultimate perfection of our lives is worshipping the lotus feet of Sri Radhe. So we'll conclude with a beautiful meditation on the transcendental form of the supremely compassionate Mahabhava Swarupini Srimati Radharani.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So Srimati Radharani, she appears very, very beautiful, wearing 12 different ornaments which adorn various parts of her divine body. Sri Radha is adorned with jeweled ankle bells and radiant toe rings. Her lotus feet are reddish as they are painted with the red dye which is called as alta. The outfit that Krishna loves to see Srimati Radharani in is a blue sari, which has beautiful small red flowers and small golden flowers all over, with a red blouse. She wears a beautiful golden belt with tiny golden bells around her slender waist. And they always, when she moves around, they go ting, 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 announcing her presence wherever she goes. A golden locket hangs around her beautiful neck. Her golden locket is actually called as Madana, which has a picture of her beloved Krishna. She wears this locket which has Krishna. It is called as Madana, her locket. And she wears golden bangles which are bedecked with red rubies and blue sapphires. And she wears the bangles in her hands. She wears different kinds of bangles, and she's adorned with jeweled armlets. And there are rings on her fingers, a diamond necklace around her neck, and a group of star-like necklaces that hang around her beautiful chest. Her lotus hands are reddish, and her palms are sometimes in the blessing mudra, which offer her dear devotees abhaya, means fearlessness. And sometimes her palms are in the pose that she's offering something to Krishna, which means that she's actually taking all of our services which are filled with imperfection. She receives those services from us and she offers them to Krishna. And before offering them to Krishna, she makes those services perfect. So, and she lovingly offers those services to Krishna. And Sri Radhe, she wears a very special earring, which are called as Chakri Shalika. Chakri Shalika, it is an elaborate ornament which covers the entire ear and it encircles the entire ear and it fastens on the top over her ears. It is made of gold and bedecked with diamonds, rubies, and blue sapphires. Sri Radhe's lotus lips are reddish like the bimba fruit, and her eyes are beautifully long and restless like the chakora birds, restless because they're always searching for Krishna.
And Sri Radhika, she actually wears a diamond on her head, which is part of her tiara, and her crown that adorns her head as the queen of Vrindavan. Now, Sri Radhe is very, very gorgeously beautiful, wearing these 12 ornaments that were just described. Sri Radhe also wears a very fragrant, fresh flower garland around her neck, and flower garments, ornaments adorn her wrists, and she also wears a flower crown. Krishna, he himself glorifies Sri Radhe. Oh Radhe, the locks of your hair curl beautifully. You have a lotus-like face with elongated, restless eyes. Your waist is attractively slender. Your head is bowed down slightly in modesty. Your fingernails are like the rows of jewels. Your beautiful form is a festival of elegance and beauty that crushes the vanity of the three worlds. Sri Radhe's jewelry, her divine emotions, her clothing, everything which are adorning her personality, especially her toenails, are as bright as millions and millions of cooling, soothing moons with mystic, magical cities. And as is described by Lord Shiva himself in his glorification to Sri Radhe in his Sri Radha Kripa Krataksha Stavaraj in verse 11.
Lord Shiva says that, "O my dear goddess Radhe, who is worshipped by Lord Brahma, to whom millions of Vaishnavas bow down, whom even the, the demigoddesses like Parvati, Shachi, Saraswati, they also bow down. O goddess whose toenails are anointed with limitless opulences and mystic perfections, when will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me?"
Ananta Koti Vishnuloka Namrapadmajarchite Himadrija Pulomaja Virinchaja Vara Prade Aparase Dikta Sarpadanguli Nake Kada Karishya Hama Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam.
Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Mahabhav Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai. So today we will conclude with the japa tip, which is based on Srimati Radharani, that by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, when we chant on our japamala, Srimati Radharani is actually allowing us to participate in her Rasa Leela. So how is this possible? We all know that this head bead is signifying Krishna. And when we are chanting at the head bead, we are chanting Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And then we are taking Krishna's touch to every bead around and around and around. And the first 8 beads, if we see, they're always separated by one thread. And the 8 beads, the first 8 beads, they actually signify the Ashtasakhis, the 8 principal Sakhis. So when we are chanting in this way, moving from one bead to the other, we are actually taking Sri Krishna's touch, Srimati Radharani's touch to every bead. So that is how Krishna, how he expanded in during the Rasa dance, he danced with every gopi. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we are taking Krishna's and Srimati Radharani's touch to all of the gopis. And then thus we are, by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, we are participating in her Rasa Leela. Maya Saha Ramaswa, we are begging Srimati Radharani that please, just like how you are always immersed in the loving nectarian pastimes of Sri Krishna, please allow us also to participate in your nectarian pastimes along with you, serving you, and thus our lives will be grandly successful. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. So today we would like to dedicate the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to our very dearest Anjudi and her family, our very dearest Hemangi Mataji's mother-in-law, our very dearest brother, our very dearest Bhakti Mataji and Krishna Sharanam Prabhu, our very dearest Hari Prasad Prabhu, our very dearest family of dearest Amrita Radhika, and for little Mehek.
May the Supreme Lord Nrsingadev grant protection and fearlessness to everyone.
Hari Hari.
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare मीठे रस से भरियोरी राधारानी लाजे महारानी लाजे माधव यमुना जी का पानी लाजे मीठे रस से भरियोरी राधारानी लाजे महारानी लाजे मने करो करो जमुना जी का पानी लागे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. मीठे रस से भरियारी राधारानी लागे, महारानी लागे, मन में कारो कारो जमुना जी पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियारी राधारानी लागे, महारानी लागे, मने कारो कारो जमुना जीना पानी लागे। जय श्रीमती राधारानी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौरांग महाप्रभु की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. So today's questions are: first, how does Srimati Radharani conquer Krishna?
Second, what is the mood to approach Srimati Radharani?
Third, with whom is Sri Radhe's eyes compared to?
Fourth, what is the blessing that made Mother Jashoda ask Sri Radhe to cook for Krishna?
Sixth, what did
No.
fifth, how does Srimati Radharani shelter all devotees?
Sixth, what did Srimati Radharani see in her dream when she was lying with Sri Krishna in Ranga Mahal?
Seventh, what is the significance of Prem Sarovar?
Eighth, what is the japa tip of the day? Thank you so very much, dearest Ananga Mohini Gopika, for these fantastic quiz questions.
So let's open the lines for questions, comments, reflections, and realizations.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Shri
Hare
Radhe.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
I don't have words to describe for today's session. It was Radharani's session and so beautiful pictures, like, so beautiful, like it was so mesmerizing. And all the pastimes, there were so many new pastimes also, which I was hearing. It was it was really dedicated to Radharani, and you have done so much of your work, Bhaiya Bhavi. Like, it was so touching. Thank you so much. And बस ऐसा लग रहा था पूरा mood बन गया अभी. Radha Ashtami is now coming. It's on Saturday, and I was yesterday we were also singing a lot of bhajans of Radharani, and this is one of my favorite bhajans. Meete ras se bhari Radharani lage. And that's what. And one more bhajan is my one, Radha Kripa Katash, Gopi Geet. All these are so melodious and so nectarian. And one of these also, Radha agar tere चरणों की धूल जो मिल जाए सच कहती हूँ. They're so beautiful, all of them. And I was just praying. Yesterday only I was telling my bhabhi that I really want to go to Rawal on 3rd. She said, let's see. It will be too crowded, but we will try our best. Let's see. It's Radharani. If she wants, then we can just go and visit Rawal on 3rd of September. And I think so. You just prepare us for the mood of Radha Ashtami. And so much to learn from these pastimes of Lord Krishna and Shri Radhe. So much to learn. And as you always says, and your bites also comes that if we just follow Radharani and just surrender, and then everything will just happen automatically. We'll get Lord Krishna always. That is always there in my mind. And my bhabhi is a very, very, very big devotee of Radharani from the childhood. So she keeps on telling me so many pastimes of Srimati Radharani, Shri Radhe. And then I always, today you were just telling me so much, and I thought like in the afternoon I will tell her so many pastimes also of Radharani, and she will be so happy to hear them. So thank you so much. So much of hard work of both of you. So much. Really appreciate. We are very, very blessed. All of us are very, very blessed that we come to know for and we hear them. Thank you so much, Bhaiya Bhavi. So much to learn.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Happy Radha Ashtami to you, both of you, and to all the devotees in advance. बस हमारे ऊपर ऐसे ही भगवान अपनी कृपा बनाए रखें और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. This grace and mercy and the bhav is very, very important. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you so much.
Hare,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. The beautiful pastimes. I never heard the one with 1,000 holes in the pot. You know, we heard, you know, when he gets a headache and he needs the padaduli of his devotees. But this is brand new, and it's amazing how she cooks every day a different, you know, non-repeating menu kind of, you know. It's can't, you know, imagine how she is doing. Mataji Prabhuji, is that blind man Bilva Mangala Thakur? We heard pastimes of Bilva Mangala Thakur, also similar pastimes with Radha and Krishna. Is he the same person or is he a different person?
Well, there are, of course, there are many, you know, pastimes of the blind saint. There's Surdas also, there is Bilva Mangal Thakur also. But this particular devotee, where we heard this pastime from Srila Radharaman Maharaj, he just mentioned that this was a blind devotee. So he did not say whether it was Bilva Mangal Thakur or not. So we don't want to say it was Bilva Mangal Thakur, because what we heard was that he was just a blind devotee from Maharaj. So we just want to repeat it as it is. But to show the pictures, we found these pictures. Of course, some of them are with Surdas and some of them are with Bilva Mangal Thakur. So.
And as usual, you know, the beautiful pictures, I know a lot of work needs to be, you know, it involves a lot of your effort and work and searching for those beautiful pictures. And thank you very much for showing all the beautiful faces of different, you know, moods of Radharani and Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
That is all Kalasudha actually endeavored a lot to, with her devotion to get these devotional pictures and select them.
No, it's all thanks to Prabhu who trained me how to do all this so beautifully. So
yeah, so nice. And as long as you're doing, you know, you're always thinking of Radha and Krishna. So they're always in your thoughts also, you know, always thinking of Krishna. So that is so beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Happy Radhashtami Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice to listen to Radharani. So beautiful. Explaining and jewelry and everything, you know, so beautiful. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mitanjali Mataji, for your comments about connecting Krishna Leela and Gaur Leela. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. And thank you for your presentation as well, Mataji, Prabhuji. Both are appreciating each other. So it seems we need to glorify the devotees each other, right? I'm able to see that one from you. Yeah, that's wonderful. The PPT presentation is very, very wonderful. And giving the pastimes also very wonderful about Radharani. So we come to know that. I think you gave a glimpse before this 1,000 parts I too heard. And then Maki pastime also I heard. Madhu Mangal was chasing that Maki, right? So that also I heard that one. And it again, I remember that one, the pastimes again, for getting to the mind about Radharani and wonderful 25 qualities which you which you described in the presentation. I think she more than that, but for our purpose, you give us a 25 qualities, which is most important. And related with that, you explained the pastimes also. It's very wonderful. And in between, you gave some tremors like Gopi Geet. I will say that tremors in our heart. Beautifully you sang, both of you. Beautiful. 15th verse, 8th verse, and 2nd verse. Wow. Hari Bol, both of you. And Radha Kripa Kadaksham also. It's very nice, very nice. The way you sing, right? It was closing eyes and waving our head like that. I'll always do whenever you sing Gopi Geet, the Radha Kripa Kadaksham also. I'll just close my eyes and wave my head. That's very, very wonderful. And we learned many things from our Radharani and how to seek blessings. Also, you said how to seek blessing from Radharani. And today's Japa tips is really first time I'm hearing, Mataji. Wow. In the Japa beats, how we are connecting the gopis with Radha and Krishna. So we should meditate in that way. And first, Ashtashakis are separated from the other beats, you said, right? So I didn't notice at all. Today only I noticed the one which you said. It's new to me, for me, that one.
This tip was totally Prabhu's realization, and he came up with this japa tip for today.
Beautiful.
Because I've heard Kalasuda explaining this to other devotees, so I said that you should explain that. That is, he explains it very nicely. And connects it to the devotees.
We are hearing the first time, Prabhuji, that one. And the one which you said, right, even Lord Krishna also placing his head in the lotus feet of Radharani, right? So I do remember that Jaydev Goswami also writing the same thing, right, Prabhuji? And he stopped there and then he went back, and again Jagannath wrote that one, right, remaining like. So that I could remember that past time which you already explained that one. Wow. Yeah. And the bhajan also you sang, right? It is very wonderful. Before Hare Krishna Mahamantra and ending also you said, right? I come to know from Anju Mataji, right? So it's a bhajan, Hindi bhajan, Mataji, Prabhuji, but it is very nice the way you sing. Something you said, right? Maharani, Radharani, like that you said, right, in between.
Yeah, this is in Vrindavan, devotees sing this bhajan, and it's a Braja Geet. And when this time we were coming out of the temple of Sri Radharaman, there was a devotee. He was brooming the temple with a broom, and while brooming, he was singing this tune, as this song as well. So we were like, wow, even devotees who are doing such menial services, they are also engaged so much in Srimati Radharani's love. And so, that also was very impactful.
So, मीठे रस से भरियोरी Radharani. Matlab Srimati Radharani is filled with nectarian sweetness. She is just like how a rasagulla is. You press the sponge and all that oozes out is sweetness, sweet syrup. So, meethe rasa se bhariori Radharani lage. So, Radharani is filled with this nectarian syrup that wherever whichever part of Srimati Radharani we address, that is just filled with nectar, nothing else. And Jamuna ji is like, she is black. Jamuna ji is black. Manna karo karo Jamuna ji no pani lage. And karo also means not just black, that she's black, but she's also kari. Kari means she's salty. If you drink Jamuna water, it is a little salty.
So they're saying Radharani is so sweet that after tasting Srimati Radharani's sweetness, Jamuna water looks salty. Tastes salty.
Okay. So that is the meaning of that line. Okay, thank you,
Even though
Prabhuji and
Jamuna
Mataji.
water is very sweet, actual Jamuna water is also sweet. But yeah.
Yeah, it was touched by Krishna's lotus feet now, Prabhuji Mataji, right? When he transferred, right? That's why it is getting sweetness. Yeah. And you answered the other question, whichever I have, whether it is Surdas or Vilvamangala Thakur. So I don't want to question that one. You already answered, Prabhuji and Mataji. Wonderful. And wish you advance happy Radha Ashtami. May Radha Krishna shower blessings on you both to stay healthy, to be good always, and we have to give more Krishna conscious to all of our devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Tanvat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji, please
Hare
accept my
Krishna.
humble obeisance unto your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
So beautiful pastimes, Mataji. Like, we are preparing our mood for Radhashtami. And whatever you shared, I will share in my evening classes to make them also get Radharani's blessings, and they can also properly serve Radharani on the Radhashtami day. Whatever classes I listen with you, I try to share with our Bhakti Viksha members all the time. Thank you for the pastimes, Mataji. Mataji, and the whatever song you are singing, it's so beautiful. Please, can you share that song so that we will also learn?
It is a
Actually,
Braja Geet. It's not a Vaishnava bhajan. It is a Braja Geet. If you just put it on YouTube, you'll get number of songs on that.
okay, sure. Actually, in our ISKCON, like, we should not sing Radharani's glories, right, Mataji, without Krishna.
No,
No,
there are
it's
many
the
bhajans.
actually it's the other way. Without Radharani, we should not worship Krishna alone. But Radharani, we can worship alone. In one
But
way.
of course, there's two lines, especially Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai, bolo barsane wali ki jai, jai jai. The GBC said that this line should be, before this used to be like the concluding of the kirtan would be with these two lines. And the GBC made a statement that, we should sing that only on the day of Radhashtami. But our acharyas, they have written so many songs glorifying just Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, because Srimati Radharani, we cannot, even if you see all the Braja Geet, they may be talking about Radharani first, but they are, glorifying Krishna as well.
Yeah.
So, even this song, all the Braja songs, and we have Vaishnava Acharya songs, Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Daite. Then we have Radha Krishna Pranamora. We have Radha, we have Radhikashtakam, the 8 verses glorifying Srimati Radharani. So all these are there, which are, glorifying Srimati Radharani. Radha Kripa Kataksha. Stavaraja is just Srimati Radharani, glorifying her services to Sri Krishna. So devotees chant these Radha Kripa Kataksha every single day.
Yes, Mataji. With your blessings, I'm also reciting every day Radha Kripa Kataksh. With your mercy only, Mataji, I progressed. Like, I was also chanting and everything from childhood. But, after you came in my life, I have known like how what kind of a mood I should have when I'm serving Krishna. I learned that one, Mataji, from you, both of you. Thank you so much for changing my life. My life is so blissful when I was in Krishna conscious, but when I go to material world only, oh, it's very tensions and please continue to bless our family. Nowadays, viral is going on very badly, Mataji. So everyone is so sick here. Devesh, Ditya, Prabhuji, and so many congregational devotees. So please continue to pray for them, Mataji.
Yeah,
It's very
heartfelt prayers for
bad.
Devi, Ditya, and for Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji. It's very bad in the Hyderabad, Mataji. It's very bad viral. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right, if there are no other questions, we can end here. Continue next week. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much, Srimanta Dvip Prabhu and Mataji, for your comments. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat
Hare
pranams.
Krishna,
Dandavat pranam.
Mataji Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.